Okay, so today I got part 2 of the Barbie Jeep go-kart. So this thing's really coming along. I got the engine in it and I got the front end in it. And that's basically it. It's still a mess with all the electronics and stuff, so I'll do that next video. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I did it. Okay, so seats put in pretty solid, it's not moving. Shocks are basically done, they need a little bit more help, but once I put the chain in, I'll do that. And so front end's just sitting like this for now, and it just has a single bar. I still got these back mounts right there and right there. But a Scrambler 90cc, a Player Scrambler 90cc was generously given to me. So I'm using this for the engine. This thing's gonna fly. And I think I'll be using the tires and the front end of this thing anyways for the front end. So I'm just gonna try to squeeze the engine and the front end in this. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. Okay, so I actually just took the front end out because I'm replacing it with better steel. This steel, there's just too many holes in it at this point. It's just not doing well. So I'm replacing it with some thicker steel and thicker bar to hold it all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna film it because I just showed you how I did it with this other steel, and I'll just explain it after. And sorry for the noise. It's like pouring outside, so that'll just be in the background for a little bit. Okay, so I am a little ahead of myself right now. I do have the engine just sitting here. This was a success. I got all that in. I got these new bars in, and this is all sitting up perfect, except I don't have the suspension hooked up yet, so I'll get that done after I mount the engine, because it might just have to go around the engine and stuff. So anyways, with the engine, I did cut a giant hole for the CVT. I had to cut open the cup holder and the shifting piece, but the shifting piece fits right over that. It's got a black cover, and I'll figure out something for the cup holder, so that'll all work out. And I got the sprocket right under the cup holder, so hopefully it'll run up against like this main part right here, so I don't need a chain guard. And I'm in the process of mounting the engine. It's just kind of sitting in there by this wood like plank and vice grips, so not the best thing ever, but it's holding it while I make the mounts. So I got one mount so far. It's right there, and I need one for the CVT, and I need the main mount, which will go right there. I don't know how. There we go. Right there under the engine. So I'll have to figure that one out, and I'm gonna go ahead and make those and figure all that out. Okay, so I'm gonna mount this bar to these two with angle iron right there, right there, right there, and right there. And then I'm gonna use angle iron to mount this engine mount to this bar. So hopefully that works out right. Okay, so I tried to show that the best I could, but I just tightened down all the bolts and finished mounting this thing. So it's got a mount right there, a mount right there. That one was just extra, just to kind of hold that CVT in place more than it was. And the main mount, which is right there, and you can't see that because it's so dark. Where did my flashlight go? So I have this I have the square tubing running under this, connected right here, right here. And then it's got two more brackets right there and right there holding this main bracket on the engine in. And so that's holding up really strong. And then I got those other two, so it's doing well. Okay, so I just finished the front suspension, and it's really strong. Should not break. I went through like 4 designs of this thing, so I'm really psyched that it's done. When I put the tires on, it should bend this up a little bit more. There should be a lot of pressure on these. So that's looking nice, and now I'm actually going to go ahead and try to fit the front tires on there, so it's just sitting on the tires. Okay, so I got the front tires on, and when I put them on and I sat down in it, it did have it was still bent up too far. Like front suspension just wasn't like I measured it to be, it wasn't right. So I went ahead and took 40 minutes like off camera, and I switched out the front and back suspension, and this actually gives me more chain clearance back here, and it gives it a ton of flex back here too. It won't actually be this high. I think I'm gonna lower that a little bit. But I just moved these brackets from up there to down here, and I flipped the pillow blocks to the other side, and so it will sit a little bit higher, but not by much. And it does have a ton of flex, which is also cool. These front tires still on the ground. The 4 things I got left is steering, wiring, the covers, and the chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the shell and fix up all that wiring just to make it look a little cleaner. Okay, so most of the plastics are back on, and it's actually looking really nice. So close to being finished. I still got the gas tank, the exhaust, the steering, and I think that's it. But anyways, I'm going to lower the back. I'm actually going to try to just go ahead and make another bracket and get it so the pillow blocks are back on this side. So I know I switched that, but I'm going to go ahead and try to switch those back. And then on the front side, I'm just gonna shorten it like an inch or so. Or I did design this where the car was up a little bit because of these shocks. Like there's like zero room in between the top of this and the engine. So that does mean this has to be angled down such a tiny amount more than those back tires. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower the whole thing. Try to get it back to like what looks more original, because like right now you can obviously tell like it's jacked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get through with that, and I'm not gonna film it. This is gonna be really boring. Okay, so exhaust is in. I had to cut up a couple parts right there on this metal for it to fit. I just had to trim it down a little bit, but it fits now, and it's just temporary. It's gonna be there for like a test run. That's it. It's gonna be blowing white smoke all up in my face, so that's not gonna be good, but it is what it is. I don't have an exhaust pipe and I don't have a welder on hand, so that's the best I can do. Okay, switches are looking pretty good. This one's the kill switch. That's the starter. And these two, I'll show you what they're for in the next video. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to kick this thing over. I added a battery, and the starter does work, but it's dead, so it's charging. Just kidding. It doesn't work. Actually, no, I need that on. That's the kill switch. And that's basically it. Hopefully in the third video I get the steering and the rest of the dashboard done and I can rip it around a little bit. That seems like it would be pretty awesome at this point.